Hey everybody, Edo here, and just last week I put a video out, 15 great Q&As. I wanted to do another, which were 10 great, maybe, I don't know what I'm going to title it, but 10 of my League videos, 10 great League videos perhaps, that I feel like encapsulate and cover the type of content I've been doing on the channel and really are a good basis for somebody doing a Kickstarter or otherwise. It isn't exactly like the 10 Kickstarter videos you should watch. It's not quite that. It's just 10 videos that I think really deliver a lot in terms of their value to watchers. And again, I've had new subscribers come on, and again, with no longer posting to the League of Gamemakers blog site and just doing the League stuff on this channel, I wanted to make sure to highlight some of those videos for people to go back and check them out. You can obviously subscribe. We'll get playlists. If you go to barf.com/League videos, they're all up there and you can pick any one of them you want. You also can look at BGG as well. So there's lots of different ways to see and search the content, but one of the things I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe it'll be a goal for a Kickstarter next year, I don't know. I want to sort of create a website, perhaps, that really allows you to quickly search and sort. I think of, I mean, website's a strong term, but a section. I look at what Jamie did with his blog site. I may have even recommended it to him. So 3 years ago, I was sort of like, I have no idea where to start with your videos and your blog entries from Stonemaier Games. It's like, there's so many of them, and they're well linked, but just give me the what should I do here? And he basically made a table of contents. I sort of feel like I need to do that too, perhaps, at some point. But for the time being, I'm just going to highlight 10 videos that I thought worked well, and these are basically mostly in chronological order, not directly, but in the sense of this is early ones versus later ones. And you can see my hair. Just, for those who don't know, just as you're looking back at these videos, since I started these videos, I have not cut my hair, give or take. I may have trimmed it, but so it has gotten long. If you go back to some of those old videos, the League stuff was, I'd already started growing it for a while, but if you go to my early reviews, it's really short. And my kids are coming in, they might make some noise as they get in the door. But let's keep moving. So 10 videos I think you should check out. 1, mechanics, dynamics, aesthetics, and board games. MDA is a framework for thinking about games. It started as a video game framework. I discuss and talk about it for board games. This is a topic and a framework I use all the time. It's not the only framework, but it's certainly a good one, and it's been really effective in discussing and thinking about games, and I think more people should do it. Definitely worth checking out. The next video is So You Want to Make a Game. This is one of my original videos about just, you want to make a game. What does that mean? How are you going to approach it? And how are you going to think about it? And I feel that the video did a good job of encapsulating what that is and what that's about. That directly went into, so you want to make a Kickstarter, so you want to do a Kickstarter. Again, for somebody considering doing a Kickstarter, I really feel like that is a great video to start at. I watched it recently and I was like, yeah, I really still agree with everything I said in that video, give or take. Moving along, we have Kickstarter Basics Getting a Review. This one's really important to me because people oftentimes ask me for reviews and they clearly have not watched the video. I have gotten more positive, the compliments isn't the right words, but so many reviewers have reached out to me and thanked me for that video because it talks about so many of the things that they get frustrated with and have a hard time with. So that's definitely, if you are a content creator and you want to do a video, that is really something that you should be looking at and thinking about. Next up is, the next one was product lead rules of thumb. This was sort of a different video where I talked about 10 things that I think producers or product managers should think about when working with teams and keeping them motivated. That one really reflected a lot of my professional experience making stuff, and I felt it did a good job of 10 easy to sort of grok things you could do to really improve. That is, again, it's not really a framework, they're just 10 rules of thumb. That's what they are. Next up was the Kickstarter Basics 3 days to launch. That was the things you should keep in mind 3 days to launch, and that is a video I've watched a number of times before Kickstarters to remind me of what I should and shouldn't be doing. I did it 3 days before the end, and I've done a number of these videos that have followed along with different campaigns I've run in the past, and I thought that one was pretty good. I did instructions, a game's gateway, and this was just talking about how important instructions are, how to think about them, and some tricks and tips on how to make better instructions and simplify the process. Again, instructions are so important, I felt like it needed to be on this list. Next up, I had the shipping from home video. I think that's a fun one because it shows, people in the house working in tons of boxes. But the one that stood out to me more was the Kickstarter Basics Creator Crash. Creator Crash is such a big deal and such a real thing, and it's still something I don't think people talk about enough and connect with enough. So that video was really me trying to express some of the things that happened once you were on a campaign and finished with it, so that people could not necessarily share the moment, but just know that other people experience it and come up with some solutions on how to get out of it, because it's such a big deal. So the last two I wanted to mention were later on when I started sort of looking at different things that were happening in the industry and providing perspective on them. I've done this a number of times, one of which was another perspective from a game maker, and this was focused on the Dice Towers video, the top 10 things designers need to stop doing. I felt very strongly about the material they had put out, as did many other people, and I walked through it and broke it down. It's probably one of the videos more random people have talked to me about than any other, just at conventions and cons, and people have seen it. I even later on spoke with Z and Tom about it as well. So that one sort of spoke a different perspective than the reviewer perspective on designers. The last one's probably another perspective about reviews and content marketing. This was talking about paid reviews and previews and content marketing and how to think about it. And it's a really important topic. Since I've done that video, pulled a lot of learnings from it and changed my approach in a number of different ways. I did the Kickstarter to fund some stuff. I still do previews and reviews for free. I list as of this year. If I received a copy just as a free copy to review, I note that on the at the bottom of my reviews, starting with the reviews on Jan 1st. Again, just to I say it in the video, I always said it in the video when it happened, but I felt like even adding it to the description, a number of little things and tweaks I've done based on the research and discussions I had around the time I did that video. So these are just 10 videos. There are many more. I've definitely leaned more towards the Q&As because I'm trying to expand and get more and more topics and more content, but I will continue to do these videos and Kickstarter Advanced and Basics and industry perspectives as they come up. I did a roundup for the end of 2017 just recently as another type of content. So I'm still figuring that stuff out. But anyway, hopefully they're interesting. Hopefully they're helpful. I really appreciate it when people give me feedback and comments, so please do that. So these are 10 great League videos to watch. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.